internet.
Gotcha.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris Politano from Evansville Real Radio. We do thank you for joining in with us this evening. Again, we had our weekly technical difficulties, so we got a little bit of a late start, and we do thank you all for hanging in there with us. So this evening, we won't give a whole lot of announcements. I will announce, however, that we did cancel our fundraiser for this Saturday, which was selling meats, which are probably considered a food that harms. But man, it's good. She's shaking her head no. So we might be good. We might be good. Yeah. Pork butts, pork ribs, and quarter chickens is what we were going to sell. And we were going to sell them on April 8th, which is this weekend, but we had to cancel for lack of orders, which I will accept full responsibility for because I didn't get the word out there well enough or early enough. However, we have rescheduled it for June 3rd. So if you would like to buy some meats to help us raise funds to run the station and to get off of YouTube and onto a regular internet station channel with the eventual goal of getting onto the FM dial, broadcasting as a low-power FM broadcaster, you can contact us to order some of that meat. You can go and order it on our webpage, which is listed right here on the little flag. It's www.evansvillefm.org, and you can click on the shop icon and place your order that way. Or you can go to our Facebook page and join up our little Evansville Real Radio Facebook group. I would be glad to approve you requesting to join that. And you can download a little order form that we have under the files section. But I don't want to belabor that point. We want to get to the show this evening. So what we will be having is we will be having a little presentation from Ashley Sams, who is with Be Renewed, and she will be talking about foods that harm and foods that heal, and she's going to start talking right about now.
Okay, thank you so much. So yes, I'm Ashley Sams, and thanks for having me to allow just to educate everybody about foods that harm, foods that heal. And I'm representing Be Renewed Wellness Center. I work with Dr. Bonnie Schnautz. She is a naturopathic doctor, and she is also a holistic cancer educator along with a digestive health specialist. And so Be Renewed, we are located off of First Avenue across from Highland School. And just a little bit about Be Renewed, we take the natural approach to health and wellness. We do not diagnose, treat, or cure illnesses. We educate clients on helping them identify what is causing imbalances. And our goal is to educate and empower clients to understand where the body is out of balance and to help assist them in meeting their health goals. You know, we believe that God gave us one body, and we need to protect it the best of our ability. And so hopefully at the end of this presentation, next time you go out to eat, whether that's at a restaurant or going grocery shopping, I just want you to think more, is this food going to harm me or is it going to heal me? And I do want to just share a little bit about my health journey. Before I started working with Dr. Bonnie, I thought I was eating healthy. I was eating salads every day. I was trying to get in my fruits and vegetables every day, but that was just never enough. Most of my life, I've lived with chronic digestive disorders and just different chronic health issues, I should say. And so I always tell people, you know, good digestion is against me. But I decided to do one of our nutritional testings at Be Renewed. I really wanted to take a look and see what I was not breaking down properly. And then I started to do a easy digestive enzyme regimen. And I also started taking a whole food nutrition concentrate. And I did change my lifestyle habits and eating predominantly organic. And just with these few simple changes and lifestyle changes, I can now no longer say I'm anemic. I am definitely absorbing my foods better. I'm breaking down and properly absorbing it better. My hair's growing, my nails are growing, and my skin complexion looks great. In the past month or two, a couple people have told me how great my skin complexion looks, and I was not wearing any makeup. And who doesn't want, or what kind of girl doesn't want to hear that, I should say. And so this is truly a lifestyle change, just eating whole, clean foods, changing your eating habits, and incorporating a few simple things. It's as easy as that. And so I'll just kind of get started. I have this cute little comic strip. It's a husband and a wife, and the husband's a little overweight, and he says, "But I'm eating fruits and vegetables. This is peach ice cream on top of carrot cake." And the wife is looking at him like, "Huh, yeah, right." And that's how us Americans are thinking these days. You know, we have our peach ice cream, we have our carrot cake, and we're thinking, oh, this is a fruit, this is a vegetable. But no, in reality, this is just sugar-laden, chemically laden food. And this is why we're seeing coronary heart disease, obesity, and diabetes and cancer is on the rise. And I have this little picture, food that harms, and it's just a children's fast food meal. And I always ask people, how long do you think this has just been sitting there? And some people will say, oh, a couple months, a couple years. Well, it's been there for 8 years. And it's crispy, it's hard, it has not molded. So if it's doing this here on earth, what is it doing in our body? And this is what we're eating. This is what our children are eating, our grandchildren are eating. And it is not serving your body any value, or it's just causing more havoc than good, and it's causing inflammation. And so I do want to just kind of go over a few nutrition labels. I have a white boneless chicken, fried chicken nugget. And I say, is this really food? This ingredients list has over 30 ingredients in it. There's hydrogenated oils, there's anti-foaming agents. And I'm like, why does my food need an anti-foaming agent in it? Why can't it just be chicken? And things like that. And so hydrogenated oils, what those are, they're genetically modified. They're just processed and heated to high temperatures. And so we just need to read our food labels. And if it has more than 12 ingredients or you can't pronounce it, then we say, put it back on the shelf. It's not worth it. It's processed, instant laden kind of food. And also, so how about this? You got French fries. And the French fry ingredient label has about 20 different ingredients on it. And French fries should just be potatoes, a little bit of sea salt, and some kind of oil. And that's it, right? But no, it has hydrogenated oils and different added chemicals like TBHQ and things like that to help preserve freshness. And again, these are just causing havoc on the body, and they're not doing us any good. And so Americans, we live to eat. We're eating more fast food on the go. We're drinking sugar-laden drinks. We're having sweetened beverages with high fructose corn syrup and just a lot of processed chemically sugar-laden foods. And we should be eating to live. I have a picture here on one of my slides with this person, and it's and his body is fueled with whole clean foods, which is fruits, vegetables, plant-based foods, because we want to repair damaged tissue. We want to fuel our body, and we want proper immune function. Yes, we might get sick every now and then, but at least we will bounce back faster if we're fueling our body with proper nutrition. And unfortunately, our children are even unhealthy too. Statistics say that 1 in 3 children will get cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 2 born today will develop heart disease, and 20 million United States children are obese. And I am not okay with that. That's why I'm here today, just explaining, what we should be fueling our body with. So foods that heal, that's what I will be talking about next. So you want to think more fiber foods. You want to think fruits, vegetables, pretty colorful greens, and kind of like what you're seeing on the screen right now. Just think of more vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients. And so what are fiber foods? You can do, lentils, chia seeds, oatmeals, and raspberries have great sources of fiber. And some other sources are just fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, and beans. And we do encourage you to try to get 35 grams of fiber per day. So every time you sit down and eat, that should be, 6 or 7 grams of fiber per serving. And like chia seeds have 6 grams per half an ounce. So that's pretty good serving size. And I do just want to remind you, like your white rice, bread, pasta, they do convert to sugar in the body, and they are acidic. So instead of white rice and bread and pasta, just think more, you could do like organic brown rice, or you could even do quinoa, which is a great alternative instead of pasta. And those are complex carbohydrates, which do not break down into sugar as fast. They help your blood sugar plateau throughout the day, so you don't have that mid-afternoon crash. So some more foods that heal. So you want to think phytonutrients from fruits and vegetables, like your berries, your apples, your pears, your beets, Brussels sprouts, and other sprouts. And you can do like a sweet potato instead of a white potato. And then some more phytonutrients from greens are like your collard greens, your Swiss chard, your bok choy, beet greens, kale, spinach, and wild greens. And just think more raw fruits and vegetables compared to canned, because raw fruits and vegetables, they have live enzymes, and live enzymes help us break down our food so we can absorb the phytonutrients and vitamins and minerals better. And then, so we also have to talk about our healthy fats. Fats are good. We have to have fats for brain health, skin, nails, hormones, and things like that. And some good healthy fats are like your flaxseed, your pumpkin seeds, avocado, and think cold pressed versus I mentioned like hydrogenated oils earlier. And those are heated and processed. So whenever we're looking for oils, we want to think cold pressed. And then also we want wild caught salmon. We don't want farm raised. Wild caught versus farm raised. So farm raised fish, they are feeding their fish genetically modified organisms, and whatever that fish is eating, then we're eating. So we want to think wild caught whenever you go to the grocery store or out to eat. And also walnuts and alfalfa sprouts that have great sources of healthy fats. And so now, yes, we do have to talk about the ugly, the foods that harm. And so, the average American consumes over 40% daily calories from just fat alone. And so those are like our saturated fats. And what are saturated fats? Those are found in beef, pork, poultry, bacon, butter, cheese, milk, cream, and deli meats. Now, I'm not saying do not eat meat at all. It's just the kind of source that you're eating. You want to think grass-fed, lean meats. So instead of, for example, chicken, instead of the dark meat, choose the white meat part of the chicken, and just think more organic. If it has that USDA certified organic label on it, that's perfect. Because now these days our meats are being injected with steroids, hormones, and antibiotics. Unfortunately, they're not out. Our cows and chickens aren't out in the fields, grazing anymore. They're in a building compacted and not seeing any daylight. They're on conveyor belts being injected with all of these steroids and hormones. And then, whatever they're eating, like genetically modified corn, then we're eating that and we're ingesting all of this, chemically laden stuff. And so I'm not saying, again, stop eating pork and beef and poultry and things like that. It's just your quality of food that you need to think about putting in your body. And then also trans fats. So trans fats are any foods with partially hydrogenated oils like shortening and things like that. And then, so now we'll go on and we'll talk about sugar. So sugar, we say avoid the pink, blue, and yellow packages. So, like your sucralose, your aspartame, high fructose corn syrup, things like that. These are the enemy. These are highly processed. Like white sugar goes through 37 processings, and they are just not doing any good for the body. So if you want to add some sugar to, like if you're baking or, I don't know, sometimes you like to drink some coffee in the morning or some tea, I would say, some raw coconut sugar is fine, or cane sugar, or even stevia is fine, organic stevia to substitute with. And so what we don't eat is really the dangerous risk. So such as, not eating more fruits and vegetables every single day. The USDA, they tell us that we should be eating 7 to 13 fruits and vegetables every single day. And that's hard to get in. And the American Cancer Society, they tell us that we can reduce our risk of cancer by just increasing our fruits and vegetables by 2 a day. And that's it. That's amazing. Just, sometimes I will do like a breakfast smoothie and add some greens and half a cup of fruit. And that will kind of help me start my day with at least getting some fruits and vegetables into my diet. And it's neat. It's, for example, like one apple contains over 10,000 phytochemicals versus, that fast food meal that I showed you earlier. So just think more plant-based foods, because we want to do the body good and not bad. And so just some other ideas on how to get more fruits and vegetables into your diet. You could do some stir fries. Stir fries are always a fun way to add more greens into your diet. Like if you want to do like a bok choy stir fry, it's just a very dark green leafy vegetable. You could add some green beans to it, or you could roast some Brussels sprouts with like balsamic vinaigrette and things like that. So just try to be creative in, the way that you're making your meals at nighttime or for lunch or snacks. And the USDA also tells us that every time we sit down, half of our plate should be filled with fruits and vegetables. So every time we eat a snack or have breakfast or lunch, we should definitely be fueling our body with those whole, clean foods, fruits and vegetables. So that's just a little bit about what I wanted to talk about for, foods that heal, foods that harm. I just really want you guys to get thinking, about every time you eat and just, go back to the way people used to eat. Just eat more at home, cook your meals. So you know what you're putting in your body, because, fast food restaurants, who knows what they're putting in those foods, and, with the preservatives and additives and things like that, because we want to improve our nutritional status. We want to improve our immune function and help reduce our DNA damage. And that is what fruits, vegetables, and plant-based foods can do for us. And so I'm going to just kind of I'm going to transition now into talking just a little bit about what we do at Be Renewed. Now that you guys know, we're all about educating and empowering clients to, take control of their lifestyle habits. And we also offer different nutritional testing. We have a hair mineral test. We test over 21 different minerals, and it also tests different toxic metals. And then we have a food intolerance test. We have a saliva hormone test and a digestive stress test. And we do different private coaching sessions, and we do wellness educating. And we also do group coaching. And then also, if you know of like a business or a corporate who needs some nutritional guidance, doing a speaking engagement, a lunch and learn, that kind of thing, we definitely do that also. We are all about just getting out in the tri-state and just educating people about whole food nutrition and things like that. So if you have any questions, I encourage you to visit our website. It has great free resources on there. It has a lot of great recipes on how to increase your fruits and vegetables. We have some great salad and soup and snack ideas. And so you can go to www.berenewed.com, and Be Renewed is BRENEWED. And then our phone number is 812-473-2502. And we'd love to just talk with you guys and help you out with any of your nutritional, or I guess I should say your wellness needs. And that is all I have. So thank you so much for listening in.
Well, thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Be Renewed. We always appreciate gaining a little bit more knowledge about nutrition and ways that we can improve our life. So we do thank you for coming to speak to us here at Evansville Real Radio. I do want to mention, folks, that this is Ashley's first time ever broadcasting on any type of broadcast media, so she could probably use some encouraging words. So feel free to click on the like button, click on the thumbs up button on the YouTube video, and feel free to make some comments, encouraging comments on there. And also, periodically, we will have Be Renewed coming in to do a little show. So if you have questions, you can also put those in the comments. You can contact the station directly through our social media pages or through the YouTube page and post questions there. You could probably even contact Be Renewed and ask them questions and say, boy, you should talk about this on the radio. I'd like to know a little bit more about this. So we do appreciate that you tuned in. We are reminding that we do broadcast from 815 John Street at the Business Incubator, and that is a place that helps different businesses to kind of get a start when you can't have all your own supplies and things like that. They offer a little bit of materials that you can use, fax machines and copy machines and office space and all kinds of different things. So they do have industrial as well as retail spaces available. So you can always contact them if you have a business idea, want to start up a little business, but don't have the ability to start and fully stock your own office. They can help out with those types of things, and we do appreciate that they are helping us as a fledgling business as well, learning to start a low-power FM radio station, which is going in phases here. First phase is we're broadcasting to you on YouTube. Next phase is we're going to get full-time on internet radio, and then that will be a stepping stone towards the ultimate goal of broadcasting over FM frequency, and that will be a low-power FM signal, which will reach about 5 to 7 miles through the Evansville area. And we do have a couple of different fundraisers going on. We always like to mention those. We have the food fundraiser that has been rescheduled from April. So we are selling pork butts, pork ribs, and chicken quarters, and you can feel free to contact us. You can order those through the webpage at evansvillefm.org. You can order those by contacting myself, Chris Politano. You can order those probably through our Facebook page. We have an order form on the Evansville FM group page. You could probably also do that on the Evansville Real Radio fan page, which is also on Facebook. So we have lots of social media presence out there, so you can contact us through any one of those. The other things that we are doing is we are basically, we had a failed Kickstarter campaign. Oh, that's sad. We failed, but there's always a second chance for the underdog to have their day. And in this particular case, the gentleman who was going to sell us the studio equipment at a turnkey system is willing to sell us some of that equipment at a lower price. And basically what we did is we figured that we had raised $4,638 before, which is what was pledged to the Kickstarter campaign. And although that fell short of our Kickstarter goal by about $5,000, it is enough for us to buy that equipment and then start to broadcast on internet radio, but broadcast just talk so that we don't have to pay royalty fees, and eventually we'll build up to the royalty fees. So that's one thing that you can do, is you can pledge to help us to buy that equipment, and you can do that through the webpage as well, or you can do that by contacting me directly. You can find our contact information at the evansvillefm.org. There are a number of different tabs underneath there. One of those is to shop and buy different things. We have the gold value coupon books, which we also sell, and they cost $18, but there are hundreds of dollars worth of savings, mostly in restaurants throughout the Evansville and Newburgh area, but also some fun things like Sky Zone and movie savings and some things like that. So if you like to save money, and Mother's Day is coming up, and graduations are coming up, and Father's Day is coming up, so those would make great gifts for those types of things. So again, we do thank you for tuning in. We are broadcasting from 815 John Street, the Business Incubator, and that is where our broadcast studio is located. And we are broadcasting once a week at this point on a regular basis, usually on Thursday evenings, ideally at 7:15, but if we have a technical difficulty, and we always seem to have a technical difficulty as we're learning this new process, we get started about 7:30, which is when we get started tonight, and we do thank you all for your patience in tuning in on that. So we ask that you would have a blessed week. Tune in to us next week, and if you want to help support the station, by all means, you can do that by buying meat, buying coupon books, or giving a donation for equipment. We also are looking for on-air talent. So if you have an idea for a show and you want to get on and talk about something, by all means, contact us, and we can talk about getting you a talk radio show for Evansville Real Radio. Our primary mission is to teach Christian ethics in a wide variety of different venues, but primarily as it relates to government and the development of Christian jurisprudence on our government system, and also how it has impacted the American family as a unique social structure, being influenced by Christian values and Christian ethics. Again, we do thank you for tuning in. Ask that the Lord would bless you, and we will talk to you all again next week. and hopefully I can remember how to shut this thing down. So give us just a minute. You'll have a little bit of radio silence, sorry to say.